So do you even really need to care?
It puts me in a pretty vulnerable state.
Yeah.
I do know this, that over the years, because I didn't take enough business classes or didn't pay attention in business classes, I've lost hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Yeah.
And I only know that in looking back, because let me take podcasting, for instance.
Yeah.
When the Bert Show started podcasting, I really had no idea what a CPM was. I had no idea how we were getting paid. And we were bringing in some really good numbers.
Yeah.
And I had a partner that gave me a 3 CPM at the time.
Yeah.
And what I didn't know
Wait,
was
how long ago was this?
It's about 7 years ago. All right.
So let's drop some marketing knowledge on the people that are listening
Yep.
here. So CPM is cost per milli, which is cost per 1,000 impressions.
Mm-hmm.
And in most marketing worlds, you're talking about $15 to $30 is sort of the CPM that people want to be around, depending on your industry. So you're getting offered $3 CPM.
And I have no idea about podcasting, no education, trusted way too much, and only found out years later when I dissolved the partnership because I started feeling a lot of shady things, that he was taking 15.
Yeah.
And he was giving me 3.
Wow. Yeah. Isn't it funny that I guessed that number before you even said anything? I was like 15 to 30 is the range.
You're
and
right,
7
man.
years ago, yeah, it's about right.
Yeah, so I mean, hundreds of thousands of dollars lost there. And, maybe one day I'll ask my maker, like, you know what? How much did I lose by not paying attention in those business meetings? Or maybe at that point I just won't care. But it certainly
does
is
it still
important.
sting you a little bit?
No.
Yeah.
In the past.
You feel like you've forgiven him?
No, but there were other things involved in that.
Yeah. So I was watching this, I don't know if it was a podcast or a show or something, but someone was saying forgiveness is not about the other person. It's about you.
Sure.
And
I agree with that.
I have this, so I think about money in so many different ways that I even break it down to how many hours a year do I work? And if I'm working, let's say 2,000 hours a year, that's an average of 40 hours a week with 2 weeks of vacation time. And let's say my income was $200,000 for the year. Mm-hmm. That means my time is worth $100 per hour. And so if I spend 10% of my time thinking about this person, it's almost like I'm giving them $20,000 worth of mental value.
That's a great way to look at it.
And I tried to explain this to my younger brother because, dude, the bigger your business gets, the more you're going to be sabotaged, the more people are going to take advantage of you.
Oh, boy, tell me, man.
My losses, the swings are insane. Like, small villages, and it's okay because I know that the speed of my growth outpaces the speed of my problems.
So the loss of money bothers me way less than the loss of trust.
Oh, 100%.
Like,
I agree with you. Yeah,
as you're
I agree
saying,
with you.
sabotage,
Yeah.
and I've done this for a long time, and put my faith in a lot of people that I thought I was a good judge of character. I learned over the last year and a half I will never say that about myself ever again. But the loss of that loyalty from other people or having that trust hurts way more than the money does.
That's why it's important to have those sorts of people that surround you. Like, you should never be the smartest person in your group.
I assure you I am not ever.
And I'll tell you this. I'm realizing there's value in also me not being the only decision maker.
Oh, yeah. I mean, when I look at the CEOs of companies that really feel like they are making all the decisions, they've got this great cabinet of people. Like when I look at the Bert Show, you probably have this in your office also. When I look at the Bert Show, this is a cabinet of people that I hired and respect.
Yeah.
So why would I bring them in, listen to them, and then not take their advice? It's ridiculous.
Yeah, you don't hire smart people to tell them what to do. You hire smart people so they can tell you what to do.
Right.
Now, I think most bosses have a problem with empowering their leadership team to make those executive decisions. So I think in your world, because you know your lane and you like to stay in it and you want to be the creative mind, and that's the direction that you take it, I'm sure in those meetings you're taking a lot of the leadership. But that's just one element of the business. Now, and I don't know if this is the same for other CEOs, but for me, I genuinely feel like I'm very, very good at a lot of things in my business. And I just sort of started hiring the things that were easiest to find the qualified candidates for. Mm-hmm. But there are certain parts of the business that I'm still very, very involved in. And it's hard to find someone to replace me because I'm just too good at it.
Sure. I mean, just having that working knowledge of yourself, so long as it's not ego-based. And I think when you're talking about a lot of CEOs, I think they are really me first, me first, me first. Whereas, are you familiar with, do you follow basketball at all?
A little bit.
All right, so Phil Jackson, Chicago Bulls, they used to run the triangle.
Right.
That's how I like to sort of live my life and live my business also, is that everybody gets the ball. I don't care who's shooting. I don't care who is assisting. So long as we are scoring the most points, I couldn't care less if I'm the one scoring or not. And I think it's the same thing with a boardroom and CEOs also. I think there are a lot of CEOs that just like to shoot and take credit, and they don't give the proper credit to the ones that are really making them what they are. And that's not my thing, man. I like to assist as much as I like to score.
Do you think you've always been like that?
I have.
Yeah?
Yep.
So has your mindset about business changed at all over the past 20, 25 years that you've been doing the Bert Show?
Has my mindset on business changed?
Surely on people and the level of trust that you give to them, because I'm sure you've learned some difficult lessons.
Yeah, I have. Sometimes I feel like I'm repeating the same one over and over and over again. Like I don't follow my gut.
Well, that means you're very smart. Because you don't learn from one mistake. You do it multiple times to make sure you learn from it.
Oh yeah, that I have, right?